right, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to interrupt the band, but it's important, see? He's on the phone right now, live in concert, Wednesday night in Peoria, Illinois at the Civic Center. We're going to the show. I can't wait. And, of course, he's on the radio tonight at 7 o'clock, Nights with Alice Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello once again to Alice Cooper. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm in Nashville tonight.
You're in Nashville, we're in Iowa, and we're going to meet in the middle on Wednesday in Illinois. How you doing, pal?
Absolutely. You know, this tour goes on till November. You know, I mean, it's one of those, we just started the tour. But, you know, we're kind of used to that. We did 200 shows last year, you know, with Motley Crue.
Right.
And so this tour goes out, and then halfway through it, then I go out again with the Hollywood Vampires, with Johnny Depp and Joe Perry and those guys. So I'm on 2 tours at once.
I was going to say, so you're doing the Spend the Night with Alice Cooper shows, and then you pick up with Joe and Johnny, and you're not the kind of guy, I know you don't take a lot of time off, Alice, but when you do, it seems like you can play as much golf as you want to, or you can try to.
You know, I always make time for that. You know, in the morning, some people jog, some people do yoga. I play golf every morning, and that's just kind of my, you know, my routine. And you know, I mean, at the same time, I'm writing 2 albums. I'm writing an album for our band, and then I'm writing also for the Vampires. So it's just sort of a never ending. Once you get going, once this machine starts moving, you just keep moving with it.
I love it. So that was going to be one of my questions. So you are working on follow-up material for the Hollywood Vampires.
Oh, yeah. You know, the last album was a tribute to all of our dead drunk friends, you know, and that was basically, you know, the Jim Morrisons and the Jimi Hendrixes and the Keith Moon and John Lennon and all those guys. And unfortunately now there's more and more adding up. You know, it just seems like every week somebody else leaves the planet. We certainly weren't expecting Prince.
Right.
You know, that was really a shocker. David Bowie, I mean, we knew he was sick, but we didn't know that you know, anything was going on with Prince.
And the Prince thing is bad for us, Alice, because he landed at the Quad City International Airport, just a hop, skip, and a jump away that Friday, and then we lose him that Thursday. And
yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things where as cushy as the rock and roll life is, you know, when it comes to you're traveling in the best car, you know, in the best jets, and you're staying at the best hotels, it's still a lot of wear and tear. It's a lot of wear and tear on your bodies, doing 5 shows a week. And in our kind of show, and I think Prince's kind of show, it's a lot of physical stuff.
Right.
You know, I mean, I know that he was like, he had bad hips, I think, and knees from the high heels that he was wearing. And, you know, he didn't stand in one place. He moved all over the place.
Right.
And our show is twice as physical as that. So you can imagine, you know. But, I mean, you know, you just keep yourself in shape and just keep moving. That's the deal.
What's amazing about your show, Alice, is you decapitate yourself with the guillotine, but then you're alive. It's incredible.
I think if more people kill themselves on stage, pretend to, they might stay alive longer.
You got, you know, people reach out to you when stuff happens, and I don't want to dwell on it because I have some new information. Maybe you've heard this yet or not, but Axl Rose somebody got some audio of him rehearsing with AC/DC. He was doing Thunderstruck. It sounded really good. There's so many people, Alice, that are doubting that it's gonna work, but you're one of the...
When I heard about Axl going with AC/DC, I said he's the perfect choice. Only because he can get up there where Brian Johnson got up there, you know, and Brian Johnson was basically doing Bon Scott. So, I mean, the fact that they found a guy that could sing like Bon Scott with Brian Johnson, and now Brian Johnson's out with an injury, and the only other guy I know that can get up there and sing that kind of, you know, with that kind of velocity is Axl.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's a perfect fit.
So, okay, I you know, I don't know what your personal feelings are, but do you think Brian Johnson kind of got screwed over a little bit, or? You
know, I don't know. All I heard was that his doctor said if he does one more tour that he's going to be totally deaf.
Right.
That's what I mean, that's all I know. I haven't heard anything, you know, any other stories other than that. So, I mean, I think if Brian is sitting there going, yeah, I would like to be able to hear the rest of my life. You know, and on top of it, he races cars.
Right.
And so the decibel level on racing, you know, Ferraris is not a quiet life.
No, it's not. You're absolutely right. If you're just tuning in, that's Alice Cooper on the phone Wednesday night in Peoria. Can't wait to see the show and say hi afterwards. I saw you on TV the other day, Alice. You were doing an Apple Watch commercial. It was great.
Yes. By the way, that was an awfully good swing in that commercial.
Yeah.
And it did not go in the water. It was on the green.
So that's just, I love that, Alice, you do so many different things. You're reading a bedtime story to Hoda and Kathy Lee a couple weeks ago on the Today Show.
I did Peter and the Wolf. I did the narration on Peter and the Wolf, which was a new version of it.
Yeah.
And it really was good. I mean, they let me do all the voices. They let me do all the, they said Peter and the Wolf, it's Peter Goes to Hollywood. And so they said his grandfather is an old hippie. And I said, well, then I've got to do Tommy Chong's voice,
Yep.
Because, that's the perfect old hippie.
Right. Oh, yeah. Totally fits. With the show and the show that we're going to see live on Wednesday, I was looking at a set list from the other night in Biloxi, I believe, and it seems like, Alice, you're digging a little bit deeper. I wonder how often do you look at the set list and want to add things or take things away or change it up?
That's so funny you'd say that because just today we changed 3 songs.
Nice.
Yeah. We understand that a lot of people come to a lot of our shows.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for the real fan, if you come like on a Wednesday night and then come on a Friday night, you'll probably hear 2 different songs, because we're rotating songs in, understanding that there's 30 albums to go to.
Right.
And most of my fans are like lifelong fans, so everybody wants to hear a song off a different album, and you can't do all of them. So we decided to go on a rotation system where we'll do these songs this night, these 25 songs this night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next night, 20 of them will be the same, but we'll switch 5 of them out and bring 5 different ones in. That way you see a little bit different show.
I think it's great. I just played Teenage Lament 74, so is that a song that would get consideration?
Yeah, that would be a song that would definitely be. Yeah, and what we're doing is every single week we're going into rehearsal, like one of the days during the week is saying, okay, here's 3 songs that we're going to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And put them in the rotation.
Yeah.
So and we're going to some obscure albums. We're kind of going for the really deep fan. We're going back into some albums that don't get a lot of airplay, like Constrictor and
Yep.
And Raise Your Fist and Yell and Brutal Planet and things like that.
Not to give anything away, but a picture that I saw from one of the recent shows, it seems like, and I don't know if it's during Elected, but there may or may not be some appearances by some potential presidential candidates, kind of?
Well, we kind of think that Trump and Hillary, should have their at least time on stage with us.
Right.
I think they've earned that. I can't say what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I can only say that they're very zombie-like.
Right. I saw the picture and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Wednesday night.
It was really funny. At the very end of the show, we do Elected, and,
yeah.
Of course, I've got to introduce the candidates. And at that point, then I won't tell you what happened.
Well, we're going to be there on Wednesday night. I can't wait. One of my coworkers, Joel, loves the show Vinyl, and he was wondering your thoughts on how they portrayed you on Vinyl. It seemed like that actor did a decent job.
I think that, the funny thing is about it is that I think what they portrayed is the record companies were portrayed correctly. Everybody was partying. I think the record companies partied harder than the rock stars did because we were out there doing tours and recording, but it was the record companies that were really doing the partying.
Right, I was going to say.
We didn't have time to do any of that stuff. But, it was all fiction, and it was really nice. Jagger and Scorsese sent me a script, and it was kind of one of those things to read it and tell us if there's anything in here you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, there was only 2 notes I gave him. One of the notes was, I said, Alice drank, but never slurred a word and never stumbled. And they got that right. And I said, the other thing was that there was, Alice never swore.
Right.
I said, Alice, I always thought that swearing, everybody else swore, so Alice wouldn't. And the guy never swore in the thing. So I said, that's really good. I said, they actually really got some kind of a real, a real good depiction of Alice in there. And the guy did capture my voice and my laugh and everything pretty well. I do have a better swing than he does, though.
I was gonna say, I bet it's tough to get things like the golf swing down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He had a decent swing, but
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of went hold it a little bit more at the top, and
Oh gosh, I love it. Yeah, it's great that you have to give notes on the golf swing, right? That's not.
But, I'll tell you who was great in the show was Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, how about it?
Andrew Dice Clay. They killed him too soon in the show because he was great in that part.
Mm-hmm. He was. He did an excellent job.
Yeah, he really did.
I can't wait to see you, buddy. We always have fun, and I know Kyler's birthday was the other day. He had an amazing birthday cake I saw on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And every time we see you guys, we got to bring you some radio station apparel, so we got some new T-shirts we'll bring down to you.
We need new swag.
Yes, I was going to say, I mean, you can't be wearing the blood-stained shirts all the time, right?
No. Well, we're going to blood stain your shirts. It's just that it's, it'll be new blood stain.
Oh, I love it. Last question, quick one. Does the tour, obviously, I'm assuming there's a new snake on tour. Does he have a funny name? Last time it was Julius Squeezer.
We have a brand new snake, and we have not named it yet, but one of the candidates is Cobra Winfrey.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I think that's in the lead right now.
That is amazing. Oh, whoever comes up with those names needs a raise. Listen,
there's a lot of time on the bus.
Right. I was gonna say, if you get a chance and you're listening, you have to go see Alice Cooper live in concert Wednesday night in Peoria. The band is incredible. We've talked about them.
The band is unbelievable. This band is so good.
Yeah.
That I am so impressed. I'm impressed with them myself every night.
Is it still Glenn and Nita and everybody?
Yeah, Nita and Glenn. Glenn was just voted #1 drummer in rock and roll.
Wow.
So that's amazing, and he really is. I mean, the guy is that good. So. And I got 3 guitar players, and Chuck, my bass player, who's in Visto Blanco. So it's just an all-star band.
It's all happening, buddy. I can't wait to see everybody. Yourself, of course, Kyler. I'm assuming Toby's with you, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like coming home again, baby. I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun, Alice. I can't thank you enough for the time. I'm pumped to see you Wednesday. We'll bring you a lot of swag, and thank you for hosting a radio show Monday through Friday. I don't know what I'd do without you, brother.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
We'll see you on Wednesday night, Alice Cooper.
Okay, man.
All right,
Bye-bye.
buddy. Take care. Bye.